So we're gonna start today. We're gonna start today with the top story. Okay, we're gonna start with the top story of the day. We're gonna first read an article from yesterday, and then we're gonna jump in to the breaking news that just came out 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago, I literally was on here about to go live, and then saw that these videos from news outlets started dropping. So this is some wild stuff. Okay, so first of all, let's read this article really quick. Let's read this article really quick. Donald Trump is begging for help in strange plea on social media. Last week, responding to the news that the U.S. Department of Justice had turned over the first batch of evidence it intends to use against him, former President Donald Trump turned to his Truth Social platform to plead with members of Congress to help him overcome federal criminal charges filed against him. Trump, who was indicted last month on charges relating to his possession of classified material, something virtually all modern presidents before him are also guilty of, slammed the Justice Department as corrupt and lashed out at the FBI. This is a bit odd. I don't. Microsoft Start. What is this from? Oh, this is an article posted by 1945. Okay, this is weird. There's a difference between the other presidents having classified documents and Donald Trump having classified documents. Most of us know that difference, obviously, but if you don't know the difference, when the government asks you for those documents back, you give them back, and that's what other former presidents and politicians have classically done. They say, "Oh, okay," and they give them back. That is not what Donald Trump did. He, in fact, was going behind his lawyer squad's back and having his valet move boxes of classified documents for him. So there's a bit of an extra not the sameness here. But here's his post from Truth Social. Congress, please investigate the political witch hunts against me currently being brought by the corrupt DOJ and FBI, who are totally out of control, Trump wrote, entirely in uppercase on Thursday. That's so sick. The former president also appeared to suggest that some of the evidence used in the case may have been planted. While many certifiably anti-Trump news outlets were quick to point out that Trump himself has admitted to taking the classified documents, stating that the documents were automatically declassified the moment he took them during his time as president, it remains unclear what evidence the former president may be claiming is planted. That's so funny. Whoever posted this article is like, you don't know, they could have planted evidence. Congress will hopefully now look at the ever-continuing witch hunts that election interference against me on perfectly legal boxes where I have no doubt that the information is being secretly planted by the scoundrels in charge. Trump wrote on Truth Social. Until Trump or his legal team are more specific, it's hard to know specifically what the former president could be hinting at. Well, first of all, I have something to play for you because this is great. Hold on. This is definitely a moment for this.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
I did everything right and they indicted me. Turns out, we know exactly what got released. We know exactly what he is afraid of being released. Okay? Let's take a look.
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news. We have obtained.
Hold on. This is fucking crazy shit. Okay, hold on. I got to get this turned up. Get your popcorn, get your snacks, everybody, get your drinks, because it's fucking happening. It's absolutely happening. Okay, I was not expecting for Christmas to come so early.
Breaking news. We have obtained what is expected to be a central piece of the government's case against Donald Trump. The actual audio recording of the former president talking as if he's showing a highly classified document on U.S. war plans against Iran with people not cleared to even know it exists, let alone.
Holy shit. We've got the audio, folks. Oh my God. I've been waiting for this. Oh, this is so awesome, dude. I'm so stoked for him to be like bragging. He's like, yeah, these are totally top secret. No one's allowed to see him, but check it out. Not too close, though. Kid Rock, my friend, my ally, please tell me what to do in North Korea.
What's in it. In a moment, only on CNN, you will hear what jurors will hear one day. The recording was made 2 summers ago, July 2021, at the former president's club in Bedminster, New Jersey. You will clearly hear the former president as he is speaking to several people. According to the special counsel's indictment, they include a writer working on Mark Meadows' memoir, the publisher, and 2 of Trump's staff members. The president was aware he was being recorded. This is the first time it is being played publicly.
Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. This is all so awesome. Yes. Okay.
These are bad, sick people.
That was your coup, you know, against you.
Well, it started right at the
like
beginning.
when Millie's talking about, oh, you were going to try to do a coup. No, they were trying to do that before you even were sworn in.
That's right.
Trying to overthrow your election.
Well, with Millie, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him.
Oh
this
my
was the
God.
Defense Department and him.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. I'm gonna turn him up. He's a little bit quiet here.
We looked at some. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Look at that.
Yeah.
I just found, isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. Look at this.
Oh my God.
And
Hillary would print that out all the time, you know.
she'd send
Private
it,
email.
no, she'd send it to
Yeah.
Anthony Weiner,
Yeah.
the pervert.
Please print.
By the way, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it. And, you know, he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? These are the
You
papers.
did. It's pretty
This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to
Declassify.
figure out
it.
yeah.
See, as president, I could have declassified
Yeah.
it. Now I can't, you know, but this is
Yeah,
classified.
now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah, this is so awesome, dude. It's exactly how I thought it was gonna sound. Oh my God, it's so funny.
cool. I mean, it's so, we here and I have, and you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
It's
you.
incredible, right?
No,
Hey, bring some Cokes in, please.
Oh my God, he's trying to get Diet Cokes in the room so that they can look at classified documents. Oh my God, that's so sick. Oh my God. Bro, come on, that's so awesome.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny, dude. He's just like clout chasing with secret documents. That's so sick. That's so awesome.
Well, joining us now, CNN anchor and chief correspondent Caitlin Collins, also our senior legal affairs correspondent Paula Reed. Caitlin, first of all, what do you make? This is the first time we are hearing this audio. We'd seen a transcript. There's more in this audio than we actually had seen, I think, in the transcript. What stands out to you?
Yeah, there is more in this. And this is a 2-minute clip of what a recording that we're told is over an hour long. But this is, of course, the part that is at the center of Jack Smith's investigation. And we knew about this. You know, CNN first reported that this existed and that Jack Smith's prosecution had it in their hands. But to hear it, I think really just drives home and it undercuts everything that Trump has been saying. I mean, even as of a few days ago, he was saying there was no document per se, but you can hear him very clearly in there referencing something in his hands.
You can hear him shuffling through papers.
And he's not just saying, here's this document. He very clearly appears to be showing it to them.
He
of
says,
course,
look.
Only the people in the room could know that, but you can hear in that.
He did say this is off the record though, so that makes it so that it's not admissible in court. I'm pretty sure. As per U.S. law, if you say this is off the record, it cannot be used against you.
Why this is so critical to Jack Smith's case, because it's Trump acknowledging, I have this document, it is secret, it is classified, I cannot declassify it now because he's 6 months out of office. And it's just remarkable to hear him actually saying it. And I was talking to someone in Trump's orbit about this, because obviously a lot of people, several people in his orbit have heard it themselves when they found out about it in mid-March. And we were talking about comparing it kind of to the Access Hollywood tape, how if you just had a transcript of that, it wouldn't have been maybe as, controversial and contentious as it was when you could actually hear it. Yeah. Same with this. The fact that, we could read the transcript, but hearing it, I think, drives it home so much more.
Paula, you've reported extensively on this case. What's your reaction to actually hearing that audio?
Anderson, it's remarkable how casual this conversation
is. I did everything right, and they indicted me.
Knew he was being recorded during this meeting. His own aides were in the habit of recording him anytime he talked to journalists or people working.
This is pure egotistical narcissism. Like, it's just a mountain of narcissism where you get to a point where you honestly believe that you can do and say whatever you want whenever you want, and then it's gonna be fine. And I'm not fully libbed up, and I'm like, we're finally getting justice, yay, yay! But it's so funny. It's nice sometimes to just see someone get humiliated publicly. If he does prison time or something, I don't even give a fuck. Okay, because he'll be in the nicest prison playing tennis until the next Republican president is elected, and then they're gonna pardon him. And it's gonna be whatever. But this is so funny to just see him be oh my god, it's egg on face. There's no arguing this one. And it's just so funny that a day ago he's like, help, Congress, help! They've planted evidence. And then it's just an audio recording of him shuffling through papers and being like, these are highly classified. See? Look at this document. It's highly classified. You're not allowed to see it, but take a look. It's so good.
On books, and in the room with him were two people who were working on an autobiography for Mark Meadows. But even though he knows he's being recorded, you hear him sort of casually discussing classified documents, admitting that he cannot declassify these, and then just a few moments later, calling to someone to bring them some Coke. It's very conversational. That's one of the things that really sticks out to me, and I think it's important.
He loves
for
Diet
people
Coke,
to really
dude.
Hear exactly what this sounds like. There's a lot of laughter in that recording as well. One of the other things that stands out to me is the fact that
That's so fun. He loves Diet Coke and McDonald's, and it's so funny that he's just chilling. He's chilling, showing people these war plans. And he's like, oh, bring us some Cokes. Bring us Diet Coke, ice cold, please. And Whoppers. Or not Whoppers, what the fuck am I saying? Big Macs.
The people around him in
that Donald Trump does not go to Burger King. He's a McDonald's boy through and through.
Room were joking about former Secretary of State.
Bring us some Grimace birthday shakes while we look through these classified documents.
State Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server. That is something we previously didn't know about because it was not included in the indictment. Now, from a legal standpoint, it makes sense that prosecutors wouldn't include that, right? Because it's not incriminating, it's not really relevant to their case. But in the court of public opinion, the fact that he's making jokes about Hillary Clinton, other people in the room making jokes about Anthony Weiner as well, that I think really comes off as some hubris. We have the benefit of hindsight here, right? Now this is being used as a key piece of evidence in a federal prosecution.
And Caitlin, there is that moment where he says, that these are the papers, and you can hear them. And I want to play that again because it's instructive to actually kind of visualize what he's doing. Let's play this.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it, and he said he wanted to attack Iran and what. These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me.
That wasn't in the indictment. That part of it, I think, was not in the indictment. Why do you think that is?
It's unclear. What he's talking about there, that he, for people who aren't watching it super closely, is Chairman Mark Milley, the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And he's basically saying, this is proof that he wanted to attack Iran, not me. We should note that the document that is in question here, we are told it was predated Milley. It wasn't actually something that he produced. But it speaks to something that we've heard, the former national security officials in Trump's orbit talk about, which is this is not just any kind of information, any kind of document. This is the nation's secrets, which don't just change on a daily basis. You don't just come up with a new attack plan for Iran. That he is just brandishing proudly to random people in the room. These are random autobiographers who are working for Mark Meadows that are in the room. They don't have security clearances that he's showing this to. And I just think,
Man, he's
think
awesome.
This audio changed a lot about the way that Trump's legal team viewed this case. They told me, and Paula and I and our other colleague Kayla, we've been covering this for months, we had heard they weren't worried about this investigation, that they had this argument that, he just took what he had with him, it wasn't nefarious. He's trying to use that now, saying it's just golf clippings. You can see there, he knows exactly what he has. He knows that it's not declassified. It's his own words.
And it's why he is showing it to them, and to bolster his own case, to show himself, to brag, essentially.
And there's reporting.
This is literally what I've been saying this whole time. This whole time I've been saying there's they have the espionage on his charges and shit. Bro, there's no way they're going to be able to prove that he was trying to sell these to another country or something like that, because he literally was holding on to these just for clout. That's it. That's it. All the weirdo people that show up at his club to golf, the upper middle class wealthy people that show up at his clubs to golf. Bro, he's showing them battle plans for clout. It's fucking crazy, man.
How the DOJ and the FBI, they had kind of struggled as they were investigating this. They knew that there was classified information that had not been returned, but they obviously had questions about Trump's intent. This was before they knew that, there are surveillance videos of him moving boxes around before his attorneys come to search. And I think this also speaks to his intent here.
I also wonder at the end where he says, bring us some cokes. I wonder if Nada, his body man, is in the room, because he is now also facing charges.
And that was Walt Nauda's primary job in the White House. He was his valet. He did things like go and fetch Diet Cokes and Cokes for Trump. And of course, he's the one getting arraigned tomorrow.
Yeah. Paula, with that in mind, I want to tell you what
shit.
Trump said to Fox last week in this interview.
There was no document. That was a massive amount of papers and everything else talking about.
Bro, look how fucked up he looks. He looks like he's got Slim Jim for skin. Holy fuck, dude. Wear some sunscreen. God damn. Looks like I could break off a piece of his nose.
Iran and other things. And it may have been held up or may not, but that was not a document. I didn't have a document per se. There was nothing to declassify. These were newspaper stories, magazine stories, and articles.
So he's downplaying the papers he's holding as articles and magazine stories. Clearly, that does not seem to be the case when you hear this audio and he says these are the papers. And he said, look, this just popped up.
Yeah, and it's significant because these are the papers. That specific quote, that was not included in the transcript that the special counsel included in its indictment. And now it has taken on more significance because he has sort of altered his defense here to say, no, I didn't have a document per se. There were no documents. Now, we reached out to the special counsel's office to ask if this was an intentional omission or a mistake. Special counsel's office declined to comment, but Anders said, your team's been working all day to try to get our own transcript.
This is awesome.
It appeared it took about a dozen iterations before everyone agreed on exactly what they were hearing. So it is most likely.
I also want to point out really quick here. As we continue on with this case, more and more evidence will become public, and it's going to be so funny. We have just such a fun, we get so much funny stuff in the next couple months, and I'm so excited. This is awesome, dude. It's so funny.
Just a mistake, and it's unclear at this point if the special counsel will make an amendment to the indictment to include that line.
It is an interesting idea, though, if it was an intentional omission in order to see how the president would react. I mean, maybe that's thinking chess too much in advance, or maybe I'm overthinking this.
They had the opportunity, look, to go on background with us, to go on the record, say, hey, we made a mistake. There, as you can hear there are a lot of different layers to the audio, and at this point, it's just unclear if this was a mistake, if they didn't hear it, if it was a typo or an intentional omission. But it is likely to come up in the course of this case, because again, this is a really significant substantive line now.
And Paula, beyond, in terms of the other people in the room, do we know exactly who they are beyond being incredibly sycophantic?
Yeah, no, you make a great point. Among the people in the room, Liz Harrington, one of the people who works with the former president on communications, Margot Martin, one of his longtime aides, and two people working on an autobiography for former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows.
That's so
and it is really
good.
surprising when you hear this recording, these voices that even the special counsel has labeled as staffer, egging him on. Laughing, again, like you said, being sycophantic, it sort of encouraged him throughout this feedback that he was getting from the room. And in hindsight, you have to ask whether his staffers were really serving his best interest, given their responses throughout this
Bro,
exchange.
who cares? Who cares? Those staffers are heroes in my book for encouraging him to do the funniest thing possible. Those staffers are national heroes for encouraging Donald Trump to do the funniest thing possible. That's so sick. Oh my God. Okay, let's check out, here's a lawyer talking about the new Trump audio, and then we'll move on.
Joining us now, conservative lawyer and Washington Post contributing columnist, George Conway. George, how damning is this for the former president, do you think?
Well, they special counsel already had Trump dead to rights because we knew this tape existed in some form, but to actually hear a former president of the United States committing a felony, probably multiple felonies, on audio tape while laughing about it is something I just
awesome.
I think it's just stunning, and I just don't see how. I mean, I can understand exactly why Trump's legal advisors think that this really changes the complexion of the case, because I just don't see how a jury is going to, I don't know how you can explain that in front of a jury. I mean, he's waving around a document, he's saying it's confidential. It is almost by definition one of the most confidential things you could possibly have, which is, you know, the off-the-shelf plan to attack a potential enemy of the United States of America. I mean, that's very, very valuable, top secret information. It's something that the Iranians would probably pay tens of millions of dollars for. It's something that they, you know, that if it ever got into the wrong hands, it would lead to the deaths of American servicemen if the Iranians were able to prepare for an attack and they knew what the attack was going to be, if they knew what the options laid out in this Pentagon document were. It is just, and how the fact that he is just so absolutely cavalier is, I mean, it's just sociopathic. I mean, this man has no respect for rules, no respect for the lives of other human beings, no respect for the country, no respect for the Constitution, no respect for his duties. He is a sociopathic criminal, and this is just another nail in the coffin it's just another thing that's going to put him away.
Yeah, I just played the video of the former president last week to Bret Baier downplaying these documents, calling them articles and newspaper stories.
Yeah, he's a lie. He's just lying.
Yeah,
He's lying.
What's so interesting about this is how, I mean, this is what he has continually done, which is, you know, he
I love that he's sipping on a Coke right now. That's so sick.
lies, creates a story, and then that story gets debunked, and then he creates a new story based on the information that's out there then, and because he can't stop himself from speaking, he'll give an interview with that new story, and then that gets debunked, and then he'll come up with a new story.
Right, and no, it's a totally, I mean, I once wrote a semi-humorous piece in the Washington Post when this first came out last year about, you know, cookies, and he's saying he doesn't have the cookie jar. Oh, you put the cookies there. The jar is mine. The cookies are mine. And the story changes from moment to moment to moment. I mean, it's like the narcissist's prayer, which is, if I did it, I didn't do it. If I did it, you made me do it. It was okay anyway. I mean, he just the endless lying, and it's like an onion. You just you peel his lies, and you get more lies.
How much of this undercuts the former president's legal argument that he could declassify anything whenever he wanted, which was the argument they were making early on, a lot of his supporters were making early on? He acknowledges he could have declassified it when he was president, but now no longer.
Yeah, and he knows that he didn't do it. He knows that he can't do it now that he is no longer president. And he's telling them, "Oh, this is off the record. This is confidential. Look at this." And I mean, it's manifestly top secret, manifestly still classified, and that doesn't even matter under the more serious charges that that have been filed against him under the Espionage Act, because that doesn't even require the material to be classified. It just requires it to be sensitive national defense information, which unquestionably the plans to attack a foreign power that's secret national defense information and quite sensitive.
That's so sick. He's so cooked, dude. I mean, he's as cooked as he could be. You know what I mean? Like, he's never going to be fully cooked because he's like a rich guy, but he's as cooked as he possibly could be.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
All right, we're gonna keep eyes on that, and then we'll do updates as more evidence comes out. I'm so stoked. I'm so excited.